Hello, everybody. Welcome to Your Music Sucks. I'm Brian Beaudoin. That is my good buddy Craig Gass, fresh off the continental breakfast. How you doing today, Craig?
I'm doing all right, man. This is show number 50 of
Well,
Your Music Sucks.
that's right. We've done 50 sucking episodes of this shit, and things have gotten better. I think overall, this experiment seems to be working.
Yeah, I think for me, what's the highlight for you? I feel like we both think the same about highlights. Like, I think we're on the same page about what the highlight is. But what do you think the highlight has been?
I think. Well, I mean, I think my highlight is when you listen to a song. Like for me, I think the highlight is when I send you a song that I love but have never really heard until we break it down, and then I realize how ridiculous my music is.
And you know what? It's the same for me, too. It's a weird thing to have somebody like, it's shocking to me that you haven't heard what I think are songs that have just creeped the into the world, into society, that are just part of our everyday lives. I really believe that about some of the songs that I send you. And the fact that you've never heard them, and that as a first time listener, you tell me just how ridiculous some of these thoughts are. It's crazy to hear a fresh perspective on some of these songs. But also, as a side note, the highlight, which there will be a sequel to, having the singer of OAR join us
That
was,
yes.
was amazing. A lot of OAR fans jumped on that one, and we're going to be doing a follow up on it right before Brian and I perform together in Providence in August. We are going to have Brian confront the band that he claimed to be a part of in high school in an innocent attempt to just impress a girl. He told a girl that he was in a band, and he happened to pick a famous band that was on the radio. And he's like, yeah, man, that's me playing guitar. And man, the way that whole thing breaks down, going to visit the girl's house and the girl's dad being like, oh man, so you're a musician? Why don't you pick up a guitar? By the way, that dad is an asshole, man. That guy knows exactly what he was doing.
Yo, straight up, first time I ever met that dude, he was shooting bows and arrows in his backyard, and like he's like, "I'm pretty good shot, huh?" Like he's saying shit like that. I'm like, man, he's like, because I can hit anything.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
Brian, I have to tell you something that I fucked up last week. And I don't know if you ever fucked up like this. I performed in Baltimore this past week at a great venue called the FPX Theater. It's a remodel.
That sounds like the kind of lube that people use.
It does. It's a remodeled theater that is gorgeous. Especially, it's a movie theater showing new releases, all like leather chairs and recliners, and in the very back of the theater, they have a 400 seat space where they have put in lights, lasers. It's a full production.
Oh
It's
shit!
where you actually, I would love to send you to go do a show in Baltimore. It's an incredible venue.
Any
And
place that shoots lasers, I'm down with. I'm down with any place that shoots
not only
lasers.
they got smoke, they got, oh dude, they have all kind. They are ready to do a full production of a show.
Oh God, I want a Brian Bowden spectacle in fucking Maryland, wherever the fuck you were. Baltimore, where's this place? The
It's in
SPX,
Baltimore. It's
Baltimore.
in Baltimore, the FPX theaters. So fpxevents.com is the website for the place. So something really fucked up happened. A month ago, they told me to make a video. And they said, hey, we're going to sell these tickets really easily, because if you just send us a video, we will then play your video in the middle of all the coming attractions. And so we'll be able to expose thousands of people coming to the theater, a video of you promoting, like, okay, here's a new Tom Cruise movie coming out. Here's the new whatever movie coming out. And here's a show happening, comedian Craig Gass. So I'm trying to think of like, all right, what am I going to say? I should say something local, because people always love hearing some local. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Comedian Craig Gass here from Sex and the City, Family Guy, Howard Stern Show. I'm coming back to Baltimore for the first time in years. I can't wait to come back. The last time I was in Baltimore, I learned two things about Baltimore. Number one, that the Inner Harbor is gorgeous. And number two, according to you, for some reason, people in Dundalk are stupid. I don't know why you said that, but I thought it was hilarious. So I'm coming back to see where all the stupid people in Dundalk are and why they're so fucking stupid. And I will be there July 15th and 16th. Go to fpxevents.com. Or if you're from Dundalk, fpxevents.com. Send it.
Dundalk.
And for the next few weeks, tickets didn't move. Nope, I didn't sell any tickets. And I was like, the fuck is going on, man? I was like, is it like, it's a funny video, right? And they're like, oh no, we love it. We love it. And I was like, all right. And the week of the show, still hadn't sold any tickets. And I was like, well, I'll start doing some press and I'll start selling some tickets. I don't know what's going on. The day before we do the first show, one of the people at the theater said, you know, you probably upset people when you said that about Dundalk. And I said, why would I upset people? And he goes, well, the theater's in Dundalk. And I was like, you had thousands of people sitting in theaters for the last few weeks watching me on a screen going, hey, everybody, this is comedian Craig Gass. You're fucking stupid. Your kids are stupid. You're stupid. All of you are fucking stupid. Come see me when I come to town to tell you how stupid you are.
Y'all bunch of Dundalking retarded motherfuckers.
I couldn't believe it. They let that commercial run, and I fucked myself right in the ass, you know? But
wow.
The crowd that did show up loved it. So they were cool with it. But man, I couldn't believe, like, when I tell you that story, what do you think should have happened? Don't you believe that someone, wouldn't it be common to have someone say something to you and go, hey, just so you know, the theater's in Dundalk. You might want to recut that. Isn't that like a normal thing that would happen?
No, it's not. I mean, is it normal? Yes, it's a normal thing that should happen, but
Yeah.
we're also comedians and we're funny and we're out to be funny. And, you know, if this is what Craig sent in, he knows we're in Dundalk and maybe he's making a joke about Dundalk that he's going to put in the show, you know? And then it comes down to like, do we just edit the video? I mean, they should have just made 2 videos out of it, one with and without completely shitting on Dundalk.
Yeah, I could have been told something and been told to make, because usually that's something I'll hear from a promoter. Like if I say something, I can't think of anything off the top of the head that I've had people come to me and say, hey man, can you recut that because of this or because of this or because of this? Like they know better than I do something that I'm saying locally won't go over well. Or even like when I'm in Canada, there are certain jokes that are just like part of the fabric of stand-up comedy in the United States that when you get up to Canada, they'll say, hey man, you can't even make, people are really sensitive to that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, okay. So you can't, you know, so you learn and someone will tell you, but nobody told me. But I still had fun in Dundalk. I just could have done.
Have you ever had the opposite of that? I was doing a show in Rutland and I showed up and I talked to the guy running the room. And I'm like, hey, anything crazy happen around Rutland? And he goes, the cop, the sheriff just got caught with a bunch of child porn.
Whoa.
And we're like, whoa, right? And I'm like, he goes, yeah. And he goes, so if you want to bring that up, and I'm like, yeah, right. And then my buddy John, who's hosting the show, goes, dude, I'm gonna open with that child porn thing. And I'm like, why? He goes, yeah, you just heard the guy. They'll fucking love it. Right? He goes out and he goes, yeah, I got pulled over. I was late getting here. I pulled over. The cops giving me the ticket and all this child porn kept coming out of his shirt. But it's Rutland, so the town is so tight-knit. Like, everybody knows this guy and they all, like, felt bad. It's like I've never seen a group of people feel bad for pedophile in all my life.
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
You know what? That reminds me of, I did some shows in Lexington. And what was the name of that place? Was it Comedy? It was either the Comedy Caravan or Comedy Off Broadway. There's a Louisville comedy club and a Lexington comedy club. But it was when I was in Lexington, it was one of those 2 clubs. I remember I did press all week. And at the end of the week, I submit my guest list to the box office. And a girl in the box office said, oh my God, you have the guy from ABC coming to see the show tonight? And I go, oh yeah. And I thought she was impressed that the local news anchor from ABC was coming to the show. And I go, yeah, he put me on his TV show this week and said he wanted to come to the show. That's pretty cool, right? And she goes, no, do you know what happened to him? And I said, no, what happened to him? And she goes, oh my God, he was involved in one of the biggest scandals in our town. He was married to a woman who co-hosted the morning television news on the Fox affiliate. He was on the Fox affiliate, and it was Mr. and Mr. Jones, whatever the last name is, bring you the local news every morning. Well, they did that for years, and they were like staples in this town, and they're a really famous couple. And the Lexington Police Department had a major sting, prostitution sting, and he got caught in the prostitution sting. He got caught on camera soliciting an undercover cop, and he lost his job. His wife left him. The ABC station was like, we'll put you on, which is really smart of the ABC station. Like, watch the asshole stare you in the face as he lies and cheats. Like that's such a good idea. Like, you're going to get ratings from people just hating him. And the girl at the box office was like, when he comes here, you got to make fun of him. And I was like, I'm not the guy's coming to have a good time. I'm not going to say like, you like whores. I bet you like your butt for $20. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, what the fuck? That prostitute loving motherfucker is my friend.
Yeah. Well, the whole point of Your Music Sucks is Brian and I are best friends. We love each other. We love hanging out with each other. We like just doing anything that we have fun, except when it comes to music. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to music. I'm into heavier stuff. Brian's into jam bands. So once a week, we get together and do Your Music Sucks, where we turn each other on to one of our favorite songs. If you like it, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. This week, I sent Brian a Def Leppard song. And again, Brian sent me another Phish song. So do you want to go first? You want me to go first, Brian?
Why don't you go first?
All right. You sent me a Phish song that is called, hold on.
Julius.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is Julius. Okay.
Yeah. I had just seen, I'm in the middle of a tour right now. Just saw 2 shows up in Mass, going down to Connecticut, following Phish, baby. We're balls deep in fishing.
So you sent me this Phish song, and for the first time ever, right out the gate, you sent me a Phish song that right from the beginning I was like, oh shit, here we go. It's this aggressive. And it's super aggressive. Like, oh shit. Like every Phish song I've ever heard sounds like band practice. It's just like guys like bloop, bloop, bloop. Like, it's just like, it sounds to me like just a bunch of guys just noodling, and they put it out and said, this is called St. Francis of Mars or whatever. Like, it's always some weird, like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. This is the first time I heard a song from Phish that not only sounded like it had a point and a direction, but they almost sounded like we're about to fuck shit up. It's this aggressive guitar. It's like, and then I'm just like, oh shit, here we go, and then it never takes off. It just keeps doing the same thing, just a little bit louder. And I'm listening to the lyrics, and he just says, danger, I've been told to expect it. I begin my descent down the cold granite steps. Who could have turned?
Among those I confide in.
Yeah, it's like, it's getting intense. But then he just starts, there's no aggressiveness. There's nothing specific he's mad about. At one point he says, because a week is a month and an hour is a day. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you just throwing random words together. And then I started to realize, I know what this song is about. The chorus keeps saying, before you take another step, before you take another step, don't take another step. Before you take another step, it's about the fact that they are not rocking out at all. They're not going to go for it. They're fucking don't take it. Like, I want it to go like yeah, and it never gets to that step. And that's what the song's about. It's about the fact that they're about to rock, simply not taking another step. Before you take another step, wake up in the morning, you'll be gone. Don't blame it on yourself. Don't take another step. Don't lay it on your brother. It's about not rocking out. But all things considered, this is not, am I correct in saying this is not like any other Phish song that's out there?
No, there's a lot of the Fish songs that are out there.
Okay.
See, the thing
Well,
is, I also sent you studio version,
okay.
because like the live version of this is 8 minutes, and the 8 minute version is exactly what you want it to be. It is a
Really?
fucking bang. This song, front to back, is a bang. When they started out slow, but then when they hit that fucking chorus, they hit it hard, but it's live and it's so different. And
Hmm.
it goes back, like a song like this actually goes back to the episode with Mark, where Mark was like, "No, when we did Crazy Game of Poker, we did half of it one day, half of it the next day, and we were just kind of messing around." And I'm like, "So," and then he talked about when you have little money, you don't have the studio time, you just put out the song, but then you hear the live versions, and that's where they fine tune it, you
Wow.
know? So like Def Leppard, like the Def Leppard song we're gonna do, that studio version sounds like the live version every time you hear it. It
Yeah.
might change a little bit, but for the most part, that's what you're getting with
Yeah. Well, that's
Fish.
it's also a very famous record producer named Mutt Lang, who obviously is like, he's a real technician. He takes a lot of time, and it is the definition of a well produced
Yeah,
song.
it doesn't go out unless it's perfect. Where these jam bands are just putting it out, and it's like, no, no, we're gonna make our money on the fucking road selling tours.
Well,
Fuck
that's interesting. I've never thought about it in those terms, and I do find that interesting. And this song, all things considered, for the first time ever, I am going to give a Fish song a 4.5 because
holy shit.
yeah,
I'm shocked.
I really liked this jam, and I really thought it was about to kick into overdrive, and that for the first time they had just done cocaine and they were mad about something or somebody, and they were about to just rock the balls off my computer. They didn't, but I feel like they're capable of it. And the lyrics still is they're even warning themselves to not take that next step. Don't take that step. Just keep it
Don't
right
take
here.
another step. Don't blame it on your brother.
Yeah, so a 4.5 for your Fish song. Brian,
Well,
I have to believe the Def Leppard song I sent you is a song you have to have heard because it's in the ether everywhere in my mind. Have you heard this Def Leppard song before?
yeah, man, I used to have Def Leppard's greatest hits.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have heard Photograph before. Now,
Okay.
I don't know the words to Photograph. I went to go see Def Leppard. And me and my buddy James, it was a big group of us, 8 of us that went, and me and my buddy James were together at the concert. And we just had the greatest hits. We'd play it every once in a while. His brothers were in a Def Leppard. We didn't know any of the words, but that did not stop us from trying to sing every goddamn song that they had. We're fucking mumbling every song like photograph, I want you photograph. At one point, the guy in front of us turns around and he goes, "You guys are young, but you're the biggest fans I've ever seen. You know all the fucking words of the song." And then he gave us a joint. And I'm like, this is amazing right now.
No,
So I have heard Photograph before. Now,
all
uh like when I listen to Photograph, I always thought of it to be like this cheesy fucking rock song, right? Like just this goofy shit. But then actually breaking down the lyrics, I fucking love this song. It's a fucking good message, right? About having a crush on somebody and you want to see them and you want to be with them, but all you have is this fucking photograph. And I don't want the photograph. I want to be balls deep in that ass, is what he's trying to say in this shit, you know? That's what he's trying to say. He's saying, I want to fuck you. I want to be with you. You fucking make me so wild and free, but you're so far. You're my fantasy. And
right.
then the fucking chorus kicks. You got something to hold on me. That's how I was at Def Leppard. You got something I want to be. Something other way. Oh, look at you. Am I singing the right song? Am I singing a different song right now?
It's hard to follow the way you're singing along, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow along the way that you're singing it,
I
but
know
the
what I'm
chorus,
trying to say
yeah.
is that I looked at this song a completely different way. Like when you sent me the song, I'm like, Photograph, I've heard it. I know it. You know, I'm going to probably end up giving it a 3. Let's break it down. Bump that to a fucking 4.5. Because I fucking love them. I love it. I fucking got into this shit. You
Wow.
know, it is, and I still think it's kind of goofy and cheesy, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. If I can listen to a man like Marvin Cease talking about candy liquor and take that fucking enjoy the shit out of that, I can enjoy the shit out of this.
Wow. Well, the reason I sent you is because Jason, who you know, comedian Jason Stewart, Stewart with an EW. I have to clarify that because there's two Jason Stewarts doing stand-up comedy out there. And the Jason Stewart with a UA is a totally different type of person.
He sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. Just a different type of person. And we went to he performed with me in Baltimore last weekend and got an invitation to go see Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, and Joan Jett up in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we made a 90-minute trek into Hershey, picked up some sheets on the way, got some breakfast sandwiches, and watched Def Leppard, Motley Crue. And so I had Def Leppard and Motley Crue and Poison and Joan Jett on the brain, and that's why I sent it along. So the show was great. And I wondered what you thought of this song. It's one of those songs that I just think it's been around forever now. And it's not what like a broad spectrum of Def Leppard fans might know. I feel like they'll mostly know the stuff that's off of Hysteria. But it's a classic song, and I'm glad that you liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite jokes of all time is what has 5.5 arms and sucks? Def Leppard.
That is amazing. Where do people find you, Brian?
You go to IllinoisCockburn.com.
IllinoisCockburn.com, exactly as it sounds. And also, Brian has an amazing podcast called Wicked Funny Podcast. And will they find that at IllinoisCockburn.com?
Yes.
Okay. And if you want to find me, I'm coming up to Providence and Chicago, and there's a whole bunch of tour dates about to drop on GetGas.com. GetGas.com with 2 S's, GetGas.com. And Brian and I will be together in Providence at the end of August and together in Detroit at the end of September. We're going to have a big football weekend watching Brian's team in Cincinnati, the Miami Dolphins, and my team in Detroit, the Seattle Seahawks. So
hell yeah. We're going to 8 Mile.
We're going 8 Mile. We're going to battle rap. We're going to battle rap each other with Mom.
Battle rap.
Everybody, have fun. Brian, your music doesn't suck this week.
Yeah, your music doesn't suck either, man.